get low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Brian Giles with Brian Giles MTG. We're back with more Spider-Man Magic the Gathering spoilers. Starting our list off, we have the meme card. The card that everybody's made fun over the years. I'm the real Spider-Man. No, I'm the real Spider-Man. This is Imposter Syndrome. Two blue... Two blue and 4 for enchantment that reads, whenever a non-token creature you control deals combat damage to a player, create a token of that copy. Create a token as a copy of it, except it is legendary. So, create a bunch of copies. Next up, we have Shadow of the Goblin. Now, this is in, of course, Japanese, but it's a red and 1 for enchantment that reads, beginning your first main phase, discard a card. If you do, draw a card. If you play a land or cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, this enchantment deals 1 damage to each opponent. We have Spinneret and Spiderling. Now these are the two children of Mary Jane and Peter Parker. So a red mana for a 1/2 legendary creature spider human hero. When you attack with 2 or more spiders, put a +1/+1 counter on Spinneret and Spiderling. Whenever Spinneret and Spiderling deals 4 or more damage, exile the top card of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play that card, which feeds into playing from exile and whatnot, which is a big thing in this set. Next up, we have Chameleon, Master of Disguise. Now, we knew he was coming because we saw some hints of it in the Rosewater spoilers. But tell me the truth. Doesn't this guy look like, well, he who shall not be named? I will kill Potter. So, a blue and 3 for a 2/3 legendary human shapeshifter villain. They have Chameleon enter as a copy of a creature you control, except his name is Chameleon, Master of Disguise, and you can mayhem him in for a blue and 2. Next up is Prison Break. Black and 4 for sorcery that reads, turn target creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield with +1/+1 counter on it. And you can mayhem it in for a black and 3. We have Parker Luck, a black and 2 for enchantment that reads, beginning of your end step, 2 target players each reveal the top card of the library. They lose life equal to the mana value of that card revealed by the other player. Then they each put the card they revealed into their hand. Ooh. So it's a face-off. Next up we have Mindbreak Trap, which for the art style and having Mysterio, yes, that's a flavor win. 2 blue and 2 for an instant trap. If an opponent casts 3 or more spells this turn, they pay 0 rather than pay the spell's mana cost. Exile any number of target spells. Next up we have Craven, Proud Predator. A red, a green, and 1 for a star 4 legendary creature, human warrior, villain. He's got vigilance, and top of the food chain, Craven's power is equal to the greatest mana value among permanents you control. Then we have Aranya, Heart of the Spider. So a red, a white, and 1 for a 3/3 legendary spider human hero. Whenever you attack, put a +1/+1 counter target attacking creature. Whenever a modified creature you control deals combat damage to a player, except the top card of your library, you may play that card this turn. So, hoo-ha. We have Skyward Spider. So it's 2 hybrid white blues for a 2/2 spider human hero with ward 2. It has flying as long as it's modified. Then we have Spider UK. So a white and 3 for a 3/4 legendary spider human hero. Has web slinging for a white and 2. At the beginning of your end step, if 2 or more creatures enter the battlefield under your control this turn, you draw a card and you gain a life. Hoo-ha. We have classic counterspell in the bonus sheet art. 2 blue for an instant reads, counter target spell. Simple as simple can be. Next up, we have Hex, which is, I feel, is a good inclusion because you have the Sinister Six here, or at least these Sinister Six, the new Sinister Six, which is Doc Ock, Mysterio, Vulture, Sandman, Electro, and Hobgoblin. But it's 2 black and 4 for sorcery that reads destroy 6 target creatures, which is a foil to Behold the Sinister Six. Then we have Mystic Confluence. 2 blue and 3 for an instant that reads choose 3. You may choose the same mode more than once. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 3 generic. Return target creature to its owner's hand, or draw a card. We have Clever Impersonator. So 2 blue and 2 for a 0/0 shapeshifter. You may have this creature enter the copy of any non-land permanent on the battlefield. We have Leyline Binding, which is another good imprison spell. So a white and 5 for enchantment with flash. Has domain. It costs 1 generic less to cast for each basic land types among lands you control. This enchantment enters, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until this enchantment leaves the battlefield. Then we have Pumpkin Bombardment. Now, I'm a little disappointed in this particular card because I thought it would be a lot more like Goblin Bombardment. But it's a hybrid black-red for sorcery that reads. This will cost to cast this spell is either to discard a card or pay 2 generic. It deals 3 damage to target creature. Next up is another land that I find very interesting. This is a tri-land called Oscorp Industries. It's a land that enters tapped, and when it enters from a graveyard, you lose 2 life. But you can tap it to add blue, black, or red. And it has mayhem, so you can discard a card and play it from your graveyard. We have Scarlet Spider Ben Riley. Now, when I got some comics back in the day, this was at the height of the clone Peter Parker saga, and how Ben Riley was trying to differentiate himself from Peter Parker. So he's a red, a green, and 1 for a 4/3 legendary Spider-Human hero that you can web sling in for a red and a green. He has Trample and Sensational Save. If Scarlet Spider was cast using web sling, he enters with X +1/+1 counters, where X is the mana value of the returned creature. So when you web sling, when you use web sling, you pay the web slinging cost and you return a tapped creature you control to its owner's hand. So if that's got a pretty high mana value, he gets a bunch of counters. So hoo-ha. Then we have a different Scarlet Spider, Kane, who's a black and a red for a 2/1 legendary Spider-Human hero with Menace. When it enters, you may discard a card. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on him. And he has a mayhem cost of a hybrid black-red. So hoo-ha. Next up, we have Feed the Swarm, which is good because we're always needing to get rid of, artifacts and enchantments. Or, enchantments in black. So a black and 1, destroy target creature or enchantment and opponent controls, and you lose life equal to that permanent's mana value. So hoo-ha. We have Savage Beating, 2 red and 3. For an instant reads, cast a spell only during your turn and only during combat. Choose one. Creatures you control gain double strike till end of turn. Or untap all creatures you control after this phase. There's an additional combat phase. And you can entwine it for a red and 1. So you can cast the spell as part of another spell for the entwine cost. Or no, you can cast both. You can use both things for the entwine cost. I'm not as familiar with entwine because it was in an era where I wasn't in the game. We have Silk Guard with a nice art choice of having silk being in the frame here. So it's a green and X for an instant that reads, put X for +1/+1 counter on each of the X target creatures you control. Auras, equipment, and modified creatures you control gain hexproof till end of turn. Hoo-ha. Then we have Tangle. So for a green and 1, you have an instant that reads, final combat damage will be dealt this turn. Each attacking creature does an untap during its controller's next untap step. Next up, we have Ominous Asylum, which is a dual land that enters tapped, and you can tap to add a black or a red, or pay 4 to surveil 1. So, yeah. Kind of a slow surveil type thing. Next up is Strength of Will. A pretty powerful card at a green and 1. You get an instant that says until end of turn, target creature gains indestructible. Whenever this creature is dealt damage, put that many +1/+1 counters on it. So hoo-ha. We have the Death of Gwen Stacy. A black and 2 for an enchantment saga that reads Chapter 1, destroy target creature. Chapter 2, each player may discard a card. Each player who doesn't loses 3 life. Chapter 3, exile any number of target players' graveyards. So, next up we have Friendly Neighborhood. Because the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. White and 3 for a enchantment aura, enchant land. This aura enters, create 3 1/1 white and green human citizen creature tokens. Enchanted land has pay a generic and tap it. Enchanted target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature you control. Activate only as a sorcery. Next up we have Villainous Wrath. Two black and 3. Sorcerer reads, target opponent loses life equals the number of creatures they control, then destroy all creatures. That's a nice board wipe if I ever saw one. We have Wraith, Vicious Vigilante. A white, a blue, and 1 for a 1/1 legendary human detective hero with double strike. She has fear gas. Whenever Wraith can't be blocked, so she's a 1/1 that has double strike and can't be blocked. Hoo-ha. We have Lady Octopus, Inspired Inventor. Single blue mana for a 0/2 legendary human scientist villain. So whenever you draw your first or second card on each turn, put an ingenuity counter on Lady Octopus. Tap it and you may cast an artifact spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to the number of ingenuity counters on Lady Octopus. So she'd pair well with Urza, Artifact X, yeah, hoo-ha. We've got Spider-Woman, Stunning Savior. Hybrid white-blue and 1 for a 2/2 legendary spider-human hero with flying and venom blast. Artifacts, creatures your opponents control enter tapped. Well, more Azorius control, thank you. Superior Spider-Man, a blue, a black, and 2 for a 4/4 legendary spider human hero with Mind Swap. We have Superior Spider-Man enter as a copy of any creature in a graveyard except his name is Superior Spider-Man. He's a 4/4 spider-human hero in addition to its other types. When you do, exile that card. So yeah, you can become copies of things. Hoo-ha. We have Vibrant Cityscape, which is just another term for a land searching card. So it's a land, tap it to sacrifice the land and search your library for a basic land card. Put off the battlefield tap, then shuffle. Then we have Gallant Citizen. 2 hybrid green whites for a 1/1 human citizen. When it enters, draw a card. We've got Hot Dog Cart for 3 mana. You get an artifact that reads when this artifact enters, create a food token. So you create a food token, and you can tap it to add 1 mana of any color. So hoo-ha. And the last one for this particular round is News Helicopter. 3 mana for a artifact creature construct. It's a 1/1 with flying. When it enters, create a 1/1 green and white human citizen creature token. Well, we're at 21 minutes. We're going to say hoo-ha. See you on the next video.